been discussing different things with different people the last few days, and a number of them suggested that again I put up a video of how I know Vin, what I've done with him, what he's done with me, what he's done to me, and everything else in between that I haven't put up before. Like explaining what I used to do for a living, how I know about the entertainment industry and everything else and everything in it. Because I used to work in and around it for a number of years. And we're talking a large number of years. Now, when I met Vin, I had just started getting to the point where I couldn't do much work and everything else. As an online, that is. Because I'd met him years ago at a nightclub in Los Angeles, which I didn't realise until recently when somebody reminded me. But in the meantime, I met him online and we got talking, as I was explaining before and stuff. And he'd only just got his big breaks with his jobs and he wasn't sure where he was going to go and whether he was going to take off or not with the way the industry was. And him and I got talking and discussing different things. He kept telling me he loved me, he was going to marry me. And I kept telling him after I gave the devil ice skating lessons, because referring when hell froze over, until I found who I was looking for. Because until I found who I was looking for, or I connected and the person that I was supposed to be with kept their end of the deal, nobody else means a damn thing to me. I'm here to do my job, I'm here to do my tasks, and until such time as I found who I was looking for, I didn't care. And that was what I told him, and I said that straight out. I didn't give a rat's ass. If you're not who I'm looking for, fuck off and leave me alone. But he kept coming back, and he kept pestering me, and he kept bothering me. And in the meantime, he used different IDs, and we talked to each other again and again about different things, ranging from how the way the world is run, to eventually, back in 2000 started, and all the years that have gone on since then, until basically just after 2008, when I came out of jail for being stuck in jail for yelling at his people who were robbing me to stop robbing me, stop tampering with my cars, stop following me. And because that's when we had our first big fight, which was 2009, when I finally called him out as Suzanne. And that was just one of the many IDs he had been using for his catfishing. That ID, by the way, is Suzanne Warhol, which is what his Vin Diesel fan page, or rather I should say his proper celebrity page, is based off. Because I showed him how to make it as Suzanne. Back then also I talked to him because he was saying about different things, and we were discussing the franchises and what makes a movie a blockbuster compared to basically a flash in the pan. And I said to him about how to redefine the industry and also the use of social media. Explained to him how he could get away with using social media, that as long as he did videos of himself, stuff of himself that was not for magazines, people would start to believe that it was actually his page, which is why he started doing the first videos. I said to him also, start putting up stuff that if you want him to watch the movies and stuff, promote the movie through it. Use your social media. Give them clips of what you're working on, how you're working on it, how the movie's going. Get them interested in the movie. Also make sure that the movie opens at a time period where it's not heavy industry-fed films that are coming out, i.e. not the summertime, or alternatively the alternatives for like the lower caste of the country, which is like down where we are, down here in the shithole of the world, because our summer is different. Said to him about how to make the money itself off the movies, not just from the fee of actually getting paid to do the movie, but get involved with it. If you want to, get hold of the rights, including getting the rights of Riddick back. Because you can define with the right of Riddick, it is something that he can be the part and do what he wants to do with. And I explained to him why, because for the simple reason that in the way the world and the movies have done these days, we've got stereotyping. And the stereotype for most vampires is usually they're pale, they're thin, but they're wiry little buggers. For a werewolf, on the other hand, they're usually a solid build, strong muscular chest routine, and again, they're a stereotype designed the way they are. But for a character such as Riddick, there is no stereotype. There is no such thing as a Furion. So he is what makes it to be, because he is the first and only one that everybody has ever seen in cinematic format. So, get the rights back, and then you can do what you like with this sort of thing. Also said to him about getting the rights back or getting involved with the Fast and Furious stuff, because it makes money. When fans start asking about sequels and characters, that makes money. That keeps you going, that gets you going. That's why he's making money from the Fast and Furious ones. That's why he's expanded the Fast and Furious stuff. Same as I said to him about, why waste your money trying to build a recording studio of any form when Universal and the way the system is at the moment, because they're all in a downturn, they will fall over themselves giving you the use of their equipment for a cut rate price, because you're paying them money to use their equipment, so they're not losing money. Get hold of one of their offices, because again, you can get it at a cut rate, because again, the industry's in a downturn and they need the revenue because they've got nobody renting. And he did all this. He did everything I've suggested, everything I've told him to do, be it through the industry stuff that I've just mentioned, or when it came to extra money. Use your money, buy yourself homes with it. Rent them out if you're not using them. Use them as properties, basically, that when if you need to use it and you've got no rentals, stay there when you're filming. Same with the trailer. And everything else I've told him he has done. He's made money from everything I've told him to do. He kept promising me he loved me, that he was going to marry me. He agreed to marry me 6 times. 6 times in 15 years I arranged to have our wedding done and everything else, to have him put it off because he got another movie part. And he kept telling me he was going to marry me, he was going to marry me, he was going to marry me. And then we got into a big fight when I discovered that he had lied to me. At that time period, for a second time, when he had the girl. Why I say second time is because the boy that's older was the first time he lied to me. He told me about his oldest child, which is what everybody believes is his baby brother, which I know for a fact is his son, and I know all the details for that. I've put that up, and a few people think I'm joking, but he's never denied it, because I know for a fact it's true, because he told me himself, which is the only time he'd ever been honest lately. Same was the arguments that broke out when he had the 3rd child, which everybody knows of, but I know that or rather I have been told there's one between that little boy Vincent and his sister, with another woman who was a 2-night stand. And he's never denied that too when I challenged him over it. Because at the last time I had a big pick at him for him and his lying about his children, I said to him about, yes, I know you've got 5 of them, and he never denied any of it. In fact, he confirmed some of it because he did a live stream video not long afterwards. And I actually picked at him in the live stream video, and sure enough, he's like, yeah, so what? You know. And then people wonder why I'm getting upset. I have assisted him over these years because he promised to marry me. I helped him build our life, what was supposed to be our homes. And instead, he decides that I'm not worth it. Even though I'm the only person who's actually assisted him, helped him, aided him, made him money, showed him what to do to get where he wants to go. And how does he repay me? He shits on me. He lies to me. He causes me to get thrown into jail because I'm yelling at his lackeys who are robbing my home, following me, and then our system here is such a joke that basically it supports his bullshit. And then people wonder again why I'm getting angry about him, why I want to kill him, why I want rid of him. You've just had several cases of it just now, in me explaining what I've had to go through to be shit on by this man. This does not count the fact that he sends people, or rather used to send people, to bother me and keep me busy until I figured out what he'd been doing. Some of that stuff is all up on the website. If you go and have a look at the website, which is the Google site of The Real Vin Diesel, you'll see it all up there, including where he got Natasha to come talk to me. He got Natasha to keep me busy, and then when she found out what he was doing, the lies he was telling, she had a polite go at him, or rather, from what she was telling me, she actually yelled at him and he hung up on her. Which is why I've got it all up there so that nobody can say I'm talking through a hole in my head, because it's all come via her and I've been able to confirm it. Now, I have spent years asking nicely for him to do stuff. And then I got tired of asking nicely, which is why I started making the videos. And people keep calling me names and doing all sorts of other things in between and thinking they're being funny because they think I'm some sort of fan trolling him. I am not a fan. I am the woman that he has lied to, ripped off, fucked over, cheated and shit on for the last 15 years. And right up until including Paul's death, he was still doing it. After Paul's death, a lot of stuff came out because some people finally discovered what had been going on and turned around and told me what had been going on, which confirmed a lot of stuff that I knew, but also confirmed things I suspected. But at the end of the day, I'm the reason why Vin has made money. I'm the reason why he's got a lot of his stuff. And I'm the person he's been shitting on all this time. And I've kept my mouth shut about a lot of things, except for the last few years where I've started piping up about what he's been doing, what he's been saying, and little bits in between just to pick at him. just to prove points and just to confirm things. Well, this video, I'm telling you everything. I've mentioned about how I have to make money. I've mentioned about the fact that he's lied to me, cheated me, and he's fucked me off and he's ripped me off. And he's caused me to go to jail. He's left me stuck in this toxic shithole because if you've seen the earlier videos, you will know that I am a victim of the New Zealand government. People think I'm joking about that either. I'm not. That's why I started making the videos. Because for the simple reason that I am being ripped off and fucked over. Vin promised to get me out of here. Vin promised to marry me. Vin promised to take me away from here. And where am I? Still in New Zealand, still being ripped off, still being fucked over, still being cheated. He still thinks it's funny to get away with all this stuff. He still thinks it's funny to turn around and go, ha, she can wait. Ha, 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 I'm in charge, I'm the boss, ha, 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 ha. No, you're fucking not, Mr. Diesel. Or I should say, Mark! You're not in charge of anything. You're nothing but a lying scumbag and a cheat. All you do is rip people off, fuck them over, and cheat them. Your entire image that was created was half been created by, well, not just yourself, but I helped you make. So you could sell tickets for your movies. Because if people find out exactly what you're really like, you're afraid they won't come to your movies. Well, hello, people, I'm telling you what he's really like. He's a lying, cheating scumbag who will rip you off and fuck you over. He's going blind because of his eyesight is damaged in more ways than one. Which is why, in case certain people don't notice, where certain people whinge about him wearing his glasses, he has to wear them because otherwise he can't see where he's going. That's why he wears them at night when he's driving. When he's not driving, he's not wearing his glasses because he's going blind. He's also afraid of the dark and afraid to be going out by himself. I know a lot of reasons of why that is too, and it's nothing for the usual reasons. I've also turned around and explained exactly that the rumours about him being gay, he's not gay, he's bisexual. He's always been bisexual. I've known that for years on end. I've known lots of things for years on end. I just never said anything. I had no reason to say anything. Well, now I have something to say about it because I've had more information come through to me. That's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm doing the haka boogie too. Because he keeps getting away with lying. And I'm tired of him lying. And the only way to stop the little shit from lying is to expose the truth. Some people don't like the truth being told. I don't care. I really don't care. That's the thing. I've got to that point now because I don't love him anymore. He's lied to me once too often. He's cheated me forever and a day. And anything that was even remotely close to a form of him loving me in any way, manner or form, both in this life and the one before, don't exist anymore. Why? Because he's become nothing but a lying, cheating, greedy little motherfucker. The fact that he is now about to become a daddy, or I should say, from what I picked up and sensed, I'd say daddy, he was several days ago, that he's had the third child with a lying Mexican whore, who, quoting Paul, was brought in for the simple reason that, oh, she's young and she's healthy so she can have the babies, so he can build his empire, end quote. Well, I'm going to make sure he ain't going to have no empire. He ain't going to have nothing. I'm going to make sure that the entire world sees what he's been doing. It may take a while. I don't care. I got no reason to worry about it. I got no reason to do anything anymore because my task is done. I'm done. I've had enough. I don't give a rat's ass about who says what anymore. I have done everything that I'm supposed to do. I have done the right thing every time, and all I get is shit on by people when I jump up and down about the fact that the right thing has not been done. I get abused by fans of Vin because I tell them exactly what Vin is like. Not the little dream image that they have of him. Oh, he's so wonderful. He's Vin Diesel. I'm talking about the real man. The one that will con you for whatever he can get out of you. The one who thinks of dollar signs before he thinks of anything else. And when he's not thinking about dollar signs, he's thinking about what will satisfy his dick in one way or another. I'm talking about the man who basically, that, with the exception of a few things, will sell anything and everything to make money, to make a name for himself. Which is why there were earlier photos of him naked that he sold, because it was the only way to make money. And he was hoping to get both money and sex out of those. But again, people don't listen to what I have to say until the photos show up, which is what they did a number of years ago. Same with, I'll say about different things and people think I'm joking. The only reason he started talking to the fans, because after he had done Chronicles of Riddick, was, I'm rich now, I don't have to worry about it, I'm going to take off, I don't have to be nice, I'm an artist, I don't have to this, I don't have to, I'm an artist, I don't have to sign fans and stuff. And then he wonders why everything dropped like a brick. I said to him, if you're not nice to your fans, who are you going to get buy your tickets? Because being an artist is not going to get you anywhere at the moment, because you are a nobody. So you better start being nice to your fans, and you better start being cooperative and polite about them, because they're the people who put their bums in their seats, who pay for the tickets, that line your pockets with money. And that's exactly what he started doing. He started being nice to them. He would go over and he would sign photos and stuff. Up to that point, though, he wouldn't do shit. He was too rude, too arrogant, and too stupid to get certain things. To this day, he's still too stupid to get certain things. That's why I'm doing this. Because, again, he's just too stupid to get things. I kept my end of the deal, I kept my bargains, and I do my work, and I kept my promises. And where has it got me? Let's see. Most people who have dealt with me know that I am straightforward, honest, and I tell the truth. Most people who I work for know I'm straightforward, honest, and tell the truth. I don't steal, I don't lie, I don't cheat. End of story with that aspect. But the people that I've done stuff for over the years, when you've asked them in return, can you please assist me with something? Instead, they shit on me. Just like Vin shit on me. He promised to get me out of here, as I've said before. And instead, I'm still here. Stuck in New Zealand, being poisoned by New Zealand, being robbed by the system, cheated by the system, ignored by the system, and getting angrier and angrier every day, because each time I ask them to do the right thing, they don't. I've spent 15 years of asking Vin to do the right thing, and what does he do? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm busy, I've got other commitments. Yeah, right, and then he starts having children with that whore, and telling me that he's got other commitments that make it more important to be with her than it is to be with me, who he claimed he loves, who he wanted to marry, who makes him money, who keeps him in his little ways of things. And that means all those little fetishes, perverted ideas that he goes up to, including his little mommy role game that he has going, which is why he's got his little whore working for him, by the way, for those who've noticed, because she plays mommy to him more than she does to kids. In fact, from what I've been told, he's got nannies that look after the kids, and she looks after him by wiping his ass and wiping his nose for him. So, again, I'm not in the world's greatest mood with the way things are going. I've had enough of everybody lying to me. I've had enough of people using me. So I'm telling the truth about what's been going on. And the truth is, Vin Diesel, Mark Sinclair, Mark Vincent, or whatever other name you want to know him as, is nothing but a lying, cheating, scumbag motherfucker who catfishes women, who cons people for what he wants, and then stands there in such a way like, oh, I didn't do anything, it's not my fault. It's the same with the argument I had with him when I got into the fight with him over those who were robbing the house, those who were stalking me and following me. I turned around and said to him after I came out of jail, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear you hired them. To which he replied, oh, it's not my fault they went off of their own accord. So I said, you're actually admitting to me that you did this. And he's, yeah, but it's not my fault they went off of their own accord. And I said to him, I would not have ended up in this mess. I would not have ended up going to jail yelling them to stop robbing me, stop tampering with my cars and stop following me if you hadn't sent them to me. And he's like, no, it's okay, it's fine. And I said, no, it's not okay, it's not fine. You had no right to do this to me. You have no right to treat me this way. And then get away with what you've been doing. And have me be abused, cheated, fucked off, robbed. Because you decide what you want to do. And that because I love you, I'm supposed to stand there and take this. Hell no! And it applies to anybody else who does this shit to anyone. It applies to when the government does this to me. Hell no! You have no right to do this to me. Same with the government. They have no right to rip me off and fuck me over. The difference between the government and Vin Diesel is, he's one person. They're a majority. And he doesn't have the right to do this, and neither do they. Nobody has the right to do this to me or to anybody else. And I'm certainly not going to sit and be quiet and be nice about any of it. That's why this video is going up. That's why I'm saying all these things. That's why I'm making sure that the record is straight of exactly what's been going on. I made that man money. I helped him get to be the stage he is now. I showed him how to use the Facebook. I told him what to put on his Facebook. I told him what videos to do, how to do the photos, how to talk to the fans, how to get anywhere, and how to do stuff. And how has he repaid me? I am living in my fucking car in a country which is poisoning me, robbing me, and cheating me. People tell me I live in a wonderful place. Bullshit. The water here is toxic. The food here is toxic. Why? Because New Zealand is the dumping ground for all diseases, all vaccines that are out of date, and all the herbicides, because it's bottom of the Commonwealth and we're the rats in the maze. Somebody thought I was joking about this until they found out, no, she's not, because it has been brought up a number of times in the Commonwealth meetings. I know that because I had friends who were there at stages. I have seen the things that have gone on here. And he promised...